The last time weirdness was in fashion, people were stuck between two world wars. Surrealism, or weirdness, is often connected to a sense of cultural upheaval, or big change, explains fashion history expert Carolina Lenowitz-Hess. The Surrealist artistic movement sprung out of the sense of dislocation and suspicion of authority following the First World War. It emerged as a reaction against the depression of the times. It sandwiched reality with dreamlike imagery drawn from the unlikely and irrational, dreamlike imaginings made real. Think of René Magritte's portraits, where the human face is often swapped out for fruits and flowers. Magritte painted the Son of Man. As with most creative trends, Surrealism greatly influenced the fashion community. One of the most famous surrealist artists of all time was Salvador Dali, who is known for painting persistence of memory with the melting clocks. He was a frequent collaborator of Elsa Schiaparelli's in the 1930s, working together to create everything from strange hats to an iconic lobster dress. We are over 2 years of fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. Nearly 7 in 10 Americans think the U.S. is on the wrong track. According to a new poll, President Biden's approval rating is falling and falling. There was the Russian invasion of Ukraine. We have spiking gas prices. The rate of inflation has grown nearly 8% in the last year, with prices for everything from gasoline to bread, milk, and eggs soaring. And the shortage of baby formula. Let's not forget the crisis at the border over illegal immigrants. Then there's opposing viewpoints on classroom lessons about homosexuality and gender identity in elementary school. There has been public shootings, mass crime with no consequence, and protests outside of Supreme Court justices' homes and inside of churches concerning abortion laws. It's a no wonder we are looking back to an artistic style that both brings childlike comfort and reflects the chaos and uncertainty of our world. For her fall 2021 collection, nicknamed Natasha's Fever Dream, Olivia Chang explored her relationship with her childhood toy, a velveteen rabbit named Natasha. As children, we all find a lot of comfort and lasting support and dependability from objects, and it was incredibly interesting to bend the importance of that relationship into a network of wearables, she explains. Weirdcore is a surrealist style and feel centered around amateur or low-quality visual images that have been created or edited to bring about feelings of confusion, disorientation, dread, loneliness, awkwardness, and nostalgia, or happy memories of the past. Visually, it is strongly influenced by the general look and feel of images shared on an older internet, a period spanning from around the late 90s to mid-2000s. Amateur editing, simple or old-school graphics, and low-definition photography are some of the most common elements found in weirdcore images. These images can be innocent and childlike yet tainted by the mysterious and creepy. Weirdcore fashion includes eyes, which suggest being watched. This does not mean that weirdcore is deeply rooted in horror, however, as the feeling of fear left on the viewer is only a side effect of placing them in an unfamiliar setting or context. What is dreamcore? Popular TikTok creator Jordan Gretzner describes dreamcore as a strange but comforting nostalgia, something that feels familiar, but you can't put your finger on it. Popular images may be of usually bustling places that are empty, images that are unrealistically brighter or painted in unusual colors. There are things in places where they don't belong, opening doors to another land, or images you may have seen in your make-believe or in your dreams. Dreamcore makes you have trouble grasping or understanding what's real. Visuals are optical illusions, spirals, clouds, and long hallways. Often dreamcore posts draw upon eerie themes, like liminal spaces not yet being occupied, or a transitional area between two locations. Liminal Spaces TikTok is a nostalgic wonderland of empty playgrounds, laser tag arenas, and abandoned offices. Eeriness, loneliness, and abandonment are also common themes during the current catastrophic events in our lives. Kin to the nostalgic idea is an offshoot called kidcore. Kidcore is an aesthetic that centers around bright colors, nostalgia for icons from the 90s, and kid themes. While its origins can be traced back to the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, it appears the aesthetic is a nostalgia-based creation of 2010s. Kidcore fashion is typically colorful and highly saturated, and mostly uses the traditional primary colors, but it does sometimes include neutrals, secondary colors, and pastels. Some designs often include overalls, puffed sleeves, stripes, knee-highs, Mary Janes, sneakers, lace, and Peter Pan collars. I believe the common theme in the surrealist genres, weirdcore and dreamcore, are the blending of two ideas that don't go together, creating a feeling of chaos, uneasiness, or unrealness. A theme not uncommon to the feelings and atmosphere in American life today. Perhaps hidden in the bright colors of kidcore fashion is the need to recall a simpler time in the childhood of one's life and find comfort in a pair of Mary Janes.